Hello and welcome to another edition of B.E.P. Talks, where it is my absolute honor and pleasure to always introduce you to amazing people who represent a cross section of the world, people who are doing amazing things for extraordinary reasons based on their own beliefs, experiences, and passions, all with a tremendous heart to offer you great resources and guidance to help advance your careers and also your personal life as well. And today, my very special guest is Ritu Chopra, who has, my goodness, we could take an hour just to tell you about her background. 20 plus years of managing IT and business management for Fortune 500 companies. Ritu is a executive coach, a certified executive coach. She's also an international speaker and an author. I want to name a couple of the books because I love the titles. Art of Life. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Mastering Life. Women's Leadership in the 21st Century. Big topic. And Magic and Mindfulness. That creates tremendous curiosity. Ritu is also a TV show host. And her title of her show is Despite the Challenges. And to me, that is, yes, despite the challenges, we all have to just keep plowing through, right, Ritu? Keep trying, keep encouraging ourselves and each other to keep moving forward. So welcome, Ritu. It's so lovely to have you here.
Thank you, Beth. So pleased to be with you.
Thank you. Thank you. I always love chatting with you. As I said earlier, there is so much to say about you. What I really want to focus on in this conversation, and I'm sure we'll chat again and bring more information from you to our viewers. One of the things that you have done that absolutely captivated me is the creation of an amazing site called Coaches Oasis. And I love how you always combine words like the mindfulness and the mastery and the beautiful word oasis, which just sounds so lovely. So tell us, please, what is Coaches Oasis?
Thank you. This is very close to my heart, and thank you for pointing it out. That the combination of words, the words are as we express our feelings, our thoughts processes, and it comes. And the Coaches Oasis came. And I'll tell you the story, how it came about. But the word, as you had mentioned, oasis is a place to gather and relax and learn and grow. One is a name of a software. So the oasis thought process came for a gathering place where we exchange our ideas, exchange our knowledge, depart the knowledge to others. And the Coaches Oasis platform is a cloud-based, for more technical terminologies, a SaaS solution. So one-stop shop for a lot of authors and coaches and anyone who has a training program. So how it came about during the COVID lockdown period, very early months of COVID, I was searching for a platform as a coach, as an author, but a technologist, for which has been 20 plus years of my career with Fortune 500. I was looking for some platform. There were a lot of content delivery platforms out there. They did a good job, but too technical for non-technical people. Some had various level of memberships or commissions, this and that. And as we observed the word, as we say, COVID was a equalizer, right?
Mhm.
It didn't discriminate where you come from. It was a very difficult period that world has seen. In my observation, and maybe yours and many others have noticed, that women took the toll more than anybody else, especially women in their mid-age who are raising children who are growing up into schools and colleges, and their income supplements the family's resources, aging parents. So it's kind of a sandwich generation to start with. And if they took the toll, not only personally, but financially, professionally, and it's difficult for them to get back at the level that they were in. So there was a lot of thought process was going on. I was working for my book at that time. Before COVID, my book idea about the women leadership was being in technology, what I experienced over the years. And I'm a globally connected global citizen, I call myself, connected with very powerful women. What I saw that um, women leaders still have a lot of challenge despite their education, despite their confidence, despite what they productive they are, how they manage things, they still have a lot of challenges. So before COVID, my thought process was one day, someday, I would write this book of a strategy sort of book for women leaders. During these early years, early months of COVID, as seeing what the whole world was going through, and the I don't say that men were not impacted; they were. As a human beings, we all were, but women took the toll in many, many ways. And I happened to notice that a lot of women who had talents, they were trying to repurpose their talent somehow in training space or giving some sort of delivery while I was searching for myself a platform and where I didn't want to go. And that's where it started. Something uh, small, but it made a big difference. That I didn't want to subscribe to 8 or 10 different systems to do administrative work and waste a lot of time. Being techie, my mind started going into places. I had kind of thought of what would be a good system, which will reduce the administrative time. I can keep everything from CRM to the hosting of these coaching program. And as an author, I saw there are content delivery systems, but as an author, they don't showcase you. They don't really do anything. You could be author of 20 books, famous books, but yes, you can deliver your content that they're good for that. And it takes a lot of time to create a course into their editors. You need to be technical or hire someone. So altogether costs. And then some programs out there, they charge on your sales. I, as a humanitarian and a person that I saw women suffering and I wanted to help women also. Uh, that doesn't mean that I cannot support men, but the idea was that women are impacted. I need to design something. So the Coaches Oases was it was born out of the necessity. So it's a platform SaaS or a cloud-based one-stop shop, which is a full system designed with ease of use for non-technical users. With being a data privacy cybersecurity expert myself, I have embedded a lot of security for the web user perspective. There are a lot of ways for any type of clientele that we have. They can add their own layers of terms, conditions, any kind of compliances. If you are a therapist offering a course and have HIPAA compliance, you can add above and beyond ours. You could add as a client your own terms and condition, FAQs, or pre-qualification as a coach. And if you're an author, we have a showcase for authors. And I designed it into levels, not only from a membership perspective, but also you could delegate without giving the keys to your um, kingdom, so to speak. So if you want to just get a report, send it to your accountant, bookkeeper, a sales report, you could do that. They don't need to have access to your full system. Similarly, if you have a admin person to help post your social media, etc., you don't have to share the whole IDs with them. It's designed in a visual as well as in a report perspective. It's so easy to use. Anyone having a computer and being able to go to a website and be able to upload something can use the system.
I have to tell you that that is music to my ears because I am not a high tech person. I don't find it so innately a skill set that I just have. It takes me a little bit longer. I want to go back to what you said about Coach's Oasis. You said, I'm a word person. So you said where people gather like a nice, calm place. And yet I know so many coaches who don't feel so calm right now. Coaching is an amazing, we're kind of referring to it as an industry these days, which it truly is. And so many women, even before COVID, and so many more since COVID, have gone into the coaching because women always have so much to offer. Again, based on their beliefs, their experiences, and their passions. In my coaching, when I've coached people, I always said to women, especially who it's so easy for us to be multitasking or to think that we're so good at multitasking. And yet we have to kind of put the brakes on that. So I kind of liken it to when you go to a doctor's office, there's the doctor, but there's the nurse, there's the receptionist, there's the appointment setter, there's someone who sends out the bills, there's someone who sends the prescription to the drugstore. The doctor doesn't do all of those things. The doctor has to stay focused on being the medical professional. And people can relate to that when I say it to them because we've all kind of been in that situation. So for coaches, what I've said to them, stay in your lane.
Yes.
That it is a business and you must take your very, very precious time, your skills, which you should always be trying to add on to and get better at your skill set. Focus on your income producing activity.
Yes.
Which is the coaching. So what I'm hearing from you, and I'm ecstatic, and I've been to your magnificent site, so I get it, is that this is a one-stop place for coaches to go that takes a lot of what I'm just talking about off the table for them.
Yes.
So they're not being the doctor and the nurse and the receptionist and the appointment setter and the accounting bookkeeping person. They
Yes.
are the coach.
They are the coach, and stay in your lane. That's the message we have. Okay, so as a small business owner, which coaches are, our expertise are important. And let's say then the clients we are coaching, and I'm not trying to make it an issue here, but lot of times you are dealing with your client's trauma, you're dealing with their difficulties, you're dealing with their challenges. As human beings, there is a secondhand stress, right? So, and you need to be more focused on your self-care as well as giving the best to your client,
Yes.
not learning the technology and the administrative work. I say it saves 6 to 8 hours of administrative time a week. That is worth its monthly, more than worth its monthly membership.
Well, that's like an extra day a week.
6 to 8 hours, I would say, yes, that's how it can save you, because it's my slogan is ease of navigation, automation, and it's this, you could ease of use, ease of navigation, automation, and delegation. So that's how it comes about, that you can only delegate the part that you do you want to give access to a third party. Being in data privacy, being a single sign-on expert myself, I knew when I was working with a computer architect, so to speak, for the design of the system. So I pretty much developed the specs for the system, knowing that as an author, I am techie. And I hated those systems where I have to go back into the editor and take hours and hours in designing a course. And if you don't want to keep that system, my effort over there is done, gone, right? I have my content elsewhere, but it's gone. So I designed the system in mind that most of the coaches, regardless of their gender, male or a female, most of the coaches are not very technical people. We can all use devices, but they're not into technology. So it should not be their high priority and their week to learn the system.
Right, right. You're right. It's kind of like coaches almost use the other side of the brain compared to the technical side of someone who can do that. The strategist versus the tactician, so to speak.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And I want to emphasize, because I know that your book was about women and we've mentioned women very specifically in this conversation, but this certainly is for men as well. There's no reason that gentlemen can't use
yes,
this. And something else, another category, which is growing all the time, is someone, man or woman, even children, becoming authors, whether
yes,
it's through self-publishing, hybrid publishing, traditional publishing. But writing is a full-time job, just conceiving of the notions. So trying to find the editor, the artist, the publisher, whichever way you're going to go with it, designing the cover. There are experts who do all of those things so that you can really focus. So we said it, it's stay in your lane, do what you're good at.
yes. And then I am trying to create those affiliations with publisher networks. There are editors, copyright attorneys, etc. So those kind of, so people don't have to choose them. But
Right.
our goal is to invite these types of expert to come once a month to give their advice or share their tips, etc. So there's a value for members, author
Yeah.
members.
Yeah.
There are a lot of good systems out there for a content delivery, but you are on your own. Here, I have tried to create that OACs, as the word, it came to me as a thought process, was that we provide them all kinds of related resources to have access to. And these would be available for members in their libraries, the training videos to other videos, the special guest lectures, all are available to them as a resource. So because, I mean, anybody can type keywords into Google or YouTube, you can get pretty much anything under the sun. Uh, but you don't have the time of a whole month to go through all of those
Exactly.
hours of videos and listen to what you're looking. So these guest lectures, guest speakers come in. There is a specific set of questions or tips that they are giving, which is very important to these people. So they get just the relevant information they
Yes,
need.
they need. So what are the options that someone has if they want to um, learn more about Coaches Oasis? What options do they have to participate?
So, so I am not a funded company to say that. So I had to be very practical in terms of the offer, and so what we are trying to do are we have a lot of training materials for members, a lot of training materials. So there's a FAQ is a very detailed area that upfront there's a lot of information, and we schedule twice a month demos. So people can 60 to 90 minutes. So we go through the back end of the entire portal. People can see the demo if that system is for them or not. It's really intuitive system that I can say if a dentist is playing guitar and wants to teach guitar, we give them however they want to showcase their portfolio. From every type of social media, you don't have to really club your things into a single profile. We have hosted website, external hosted website. If people already have a website, they can link to that. Any kind of social media accounts they have, they're separate. So we have also, I'm going a little bit fast, but we also have PCI compliant payment gateways, PayPal, Authorized.net, Stripe, etc. And they're pretty easy to set up. So within our system, when someone joins, they go through a number of checkboxes.
Mhm.
So we have taken care of all of the compliance as a website use. And then above and beyond, when they become our client, they can have their own um, uh, set of terms, conditions, pre-qualifying questionnaires for their clients, um, contracts,
Mm,
etc.,
mm.
terms and conditions that very specific to their industry.
You know what? You went through that. You said a little
Mhm.
this. I'm on another computer here. I want to share that the features, the list of features here, members hosted website,
Yes,
client and lead management, forms, templates,
yes,
infographics,
yes.
course builder and content manager,
Uh,
communication and notification, scheduling, reporting, B2B support, technical support, security, compatibility and compliance, adaptive design and mobile app, and accessibility. I mean, that's,
there's a lot of features. We
yeah.
ACA compliant, so anyone with any sort of disability, they can download a free extension. So site is readable and accessible to all of them.
Oh, that's
And
wonderful.
the back end is designed in such a way that you really don't need a lot of technical expertise. It's self-guided, and we do provide all the training videos are already there. You mentioned infographics, etc. We have a lot of templates, regardless of your membership level. In the library, we have a lot of templates available. They are starters, someone coming in new to the coaching business, and they're just getting started. They really don't need to spend a lot of time. How do I design my social media strategy? How do I design a template for a
Mm.
contract, etc.? So we have given them already as a gift. So that's all available to a subscribed member.
And I'm seeing here also just under social, you have experts in LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram. How big is your staff, your network of professionals that you
So I
connect to?
I have, of course, my administrative staff. Alongside, we have full technical team. Only the not only the development side, but SEO and the management. And the highest level of the membership we have, that includes 4 hours a month, a trained admin on coaches OECs. So this person that we provide as the included in the fee is already, he and she is already trained on coaches OECs. So you do not have to get yourself trained and train the other person.
And
For
what I'm seeing here is that somebody can become a client, a customer, a smart client, a smart customer for as low as $150 a month.
Yes. Yes. So the basic membership, I prefer people join in with that, and then get to know the system, and they can upgrade to a level of the advantage level. You have 20 plus courses. The system is very intuitive. When you bring in your courses, you have so much flexibility of self-paced courses, live courses, hybrid courses, um, payment schedules, etc. You can, you could design, as you go in, you kind of set your own uh, way of doing business with your clients.
So you can pace yourself with how you're learning and moving. It's
Yes,
not that everybody's doing the same thing at the same time. Everybody can focus on what they need in the moment and move based on their own
there.
schedule, their learning process, etc. So it's really very
So my programs there, I have both. I have 1 day workshops. I also have self-paced programs. So I give access to, I think some programs are 1 year access with
mhm.
a, or some programs have 2 year access. So I think more than 2 years, sometime I have seen people say, I'll give them lifetime access. Really, lifetime access, my take, and that's my take, that people get lazy. I have
Mm.
lifetime access. I'll come to it later on when I have more time. So when there is a time limit, you will make time, because people who have put together a course, a whole lot of effort has gone into it,
Yes,
and
yes,
you have paid for it. Take advantage of it. So that's
right.
why sometimes I am not in favor of as much for lifetime.
I hear
But if
you.
there
Yes.
are certain things, tools, etc., you should have lifetime access. So the design of the system is that you can have self-paced programs, however you want to give them access to. You can also have a 6 months coaching program, 1 month coaching program, however you want to design. Whatever suits for your type of clients. You may not have a live course, but it's a whole CRM system, your
Right.
announcements and everything, your database there. You may just do for a lack of better example, you might want to do a live guitar lessons around the world, or whatever your expertise are. Here, this becomes your a single CRM system where you have all your database, your announcements, your external web page. People can externally send you message directly. They can contact you. You could contact them when they are within your database. Then there are a lot of forums. These forums could be specific to a course, or you could combine them to multiple courses to communicate. Say you are so Beth, you are a coach and you are inviting a special guest, and you want to create that excitement. So you have separate groups within your separate programs, and you want to announce it to all of them. You can do that. So I have tried every way possible from a coach's hat and technology hat to combine the two, minimize the effort of administrative tasks and subscribing to multiple systems, and then you go log in into one, and then you take the information, and it wasn't really suiting well with me, because hey, I want to write books. I'm still a management consultant. I'm still doing my day job, and there is only so many hours in a day, and then you're mentally tired. That's where, as coaches, we need to be able to um, support our clients where they are sharing uh, in confidentiality. They're sharing a lot of the challenges they are going through. It does take toll on a coach, right? It does. You have to be not only just smart or talented. That's, of course, a lot of people are, but at the time you have to have the calmness.
Yes. You have to be with them. You have to be going through what they're going through, not thinking about all the other stuff you need to be doing.
And if you have 10 clients in a week that you're dealing with, so the load that you have, I wanted to minimize the administrative work. So you could do a lot of announcement and off hours, a lot of things, and just automate the system. It's automated. Just type it in and really simple instructions.
And it's somewhat, you said also, it's somewhat, did I understand correctly, that it is somewhat customizable, that if you need to add some other things, you can put in your own information as well. You can
Yes.
truly make it yours.
Absolutely. So the good example is if you're a therapist and you are offering courses on stress management or whatever, so your HIPAA compliant comes in place. So not only the coach's OECs has its terms and condition, now you, for your clients, can put in additional that they have to check off, or to adhere to, or they have signed off on that.
Right,
So
right.
that's above and beyond. You
You know,
can.
the one thing you said earlier, and as they say, necessity is the mother of invention. So you were looking for something that you knew would be of great value to you. And rather than going and signing up with all these different companies to do different parts of it, you took the time and the effort. And I know it had to come at great expense, at great concentration. And forget, I'm going to say this. I think that one of the things that this speaks to so much about you, your IT experience, your managerial experience, this is about you being the humanitarian that you are. Is that if you had a problem that you wanted to solve, maybe you could solve it in a way that would solve it for other people as well. And I think that that speaks absolute, and I say this from my heart, speaks absolute volumes about you, the person that you are. Obviously, a brilliant, accomplished woman working for Fortune 500 companies for 20 plus years. But to do this, you're really changing the life. You did it for because you needed it. But how many other people? This can affect everybody, the
Yes.
coaches, the authors, the business persons, and all of the people that they serve.
And Beth, I have personally known really amazing people that had some sort of disability, and they're limited to the type of systems they can use. So I made sure that I create something that goes beyond the regular folks like us, that they can tap into the potential.
Well,
Now,
that's just you being you. That's who you are. It's not just what you know and what you do. It's truly who you are. And I think that with B.E.P Talks, it's your belief, it's your experience, it's your passion and your compassion for other people. And that is why you are just such an amazing guest to have on B.E.P Talks. And I want to invite everyone to please go and visit um, the site, the Coaches Oasis. And all you have to do is go right here. Go on, just click that link right there for Coaches Oasis and learn so much more about it. I am going to tell you that there is a lot of information because the program is so robust. There's nothing that Ritu forgot. There's nothing that she didn't take great care in creating. So it's not a 5-minute look. It's not. It's not. But even for a non-technical person as myself, when you go through, give yourself the time. You kind of have that, oh, aha moment. And for me, I could see, oh, yeah, this is speaking to me. I definitely can use this. This is going to help me. And I love to learn. But if I want to do what I'm best at, I should take the opportunity to put to use the skills of other people. And that is the other side of what we as coaches do. And I just can't honor you enough for having
thank you.
the vision. The vision. I can't honor you enough for the patience that you obviously exhibited in creating this because it is an absolute masterpiece.
Uh, Thank you. Thank you, Beth. It's labor of love. I had worked endless hours for 2 years, from end to end. And there's future phases that we have amazing tools coming in for authors specifically. A lot of coaches have books and a lot of authors have something to train. And that's what the whole idea was that I was looking for. Uh, anyway, but if you, I use this example, if you're a therapist and you're training other people or giving some sort of class or a course, but you also play guitar or musician and you're training you want to create another profile, we give you all kinds of ways to separate and showcase your talents.
You are absolutely forcing me to ask a question because you brought it up at least 3 times. Do you play guitar?
I don't, but somehow it comes to me so much because as hard work that I had to do in my life, my circumstances, I never had a chance to learn instrumental music. which I so much wanted. So I think it just comes to me is a guitar. A lot of people play guitar and they
Well,
teach
I'm
it.
going to suggest then that you go to Coach's Oasis and that you satisfy your heart's desire. And at Coach's Oasis, you can, in addition to every other thing that you do, you could learn to play guitar.
I will. I will. I had some few things on a bucket list. If you permit me, I want to share something.
Please.
So the recent book that was released, you had mentioned. I just want to see if yeah. So this you brought it up that it's not just for women.
Wait, go ahead. Hold that up again, Ritu. Hold that up again, please. Women leadership in the 21st century. Huge topic.
Creating and raising leaders of tomorrow. And I just wanted to share a message that when I said earlier, I wanted to write a strategy book of leadership for women. During COVID, it changed. What I saw, I changed. It melted my heart to see the world brought onto their knees and people losing lives and everything, businesses and stuff. So I saw that as women, we are designed by our creator to be that empathetic
Yes.
people, to be caregiver, the nurturer, and women had done that. So this book is a holistic approach to leadership for women of all generation. As you and I spoke a while ago, and I was sharing about this, that a lot of baby boomer generation of women who had been the trailblazer to set up the stage for the younger generations, right? They are going into the retirement, taking away the valuable talent with them. And I wanted to tap into that because our younger generation needs it. And I say that loud and clear because the younger generation in nuclear families, in single parent families, they're grown up with the devices, and there is a lot is needed for them to, the younger generation, to grow into the leadership of tomorrow, not a leadership of the past, the leadership of tomorrow. And women can play an important role.
Yes, and that is a beautiful, beautiful message. And I thank you for adding that onto Coach's Oasis. And we see that all the time. And it was actually talking about women's leadership that you and I actually spoke for the very first time many years ago. And I never, ever forgot that conversation. I never will. But we agreed with so many things. And leadership comes in all forms. And it comes in many, many different applications. And I do believe that women innately have it, whether it's leading in the workplace, leading in the home, leading in the community, and often in all three places at one time. And women, as you said, that I also agree with, really took perhaps the bigger hit during the pandemic of having to leave their office to go home and home teaching their own children, and yet somehow maintaining or rediscover themselves in that process. And I have always said that good things would come out as a result of the pandemic, and that it would take us a while to learn what those things are, because you mentioned our creator. And on that note, say, yeah, it's something good will come out of it. There's always the other side. So I think for many women, there has been and there will continue to be so much self-discovery, that the capacity that women have to keep doing, to do new, to do better, to do bigger, and to be in control in the workplace, which is now often the home, and to find that balance that we've been striving for forever. And to your point about the younger generation, wise they would be to take advantage of the wisdom that we who have gone before have experienced and can share, because that is what wisdom is. I always say it's what you know and what you've experienced. And when you put that together, it's wisdom. And women so willingly want to share it. And you are such a beautiful example of that. And I want to say on behalf of all women, thank you, that we know you're out there, and many, many women out there doing many, many things, great things. And we'll be blessed to introduce so many on B.E.P Talks. So I just want to go back, if I may, and put this link back up so that people can go to that link. Why are we not, there it is. Okay.
Yes.
Go to that link. Please go visit Coach's Oasis. It is a beautiful place. It is welcoming. It is enveloping. It will make you feel that you're kind of part of a big group hug and that everything that you need is there because this brilliant woman has put it all together. And all you have to do is link, choose the program that's best for you. And the demo, oh my gosh, go do the demo, learn more about it. And I know that Ritu, you and your team remain available, that if people have questions, where they can reach back to you, where they can talk to you. And if you have any questions about anything that you've heard on this episode of B.E.P Talks, you can also get back to me at info@beptalks.com. That's info@beptalks.com. You can send any message to me as well. I will be communicating with Ritu about this all of the time. And I cannot thank you enough for what you've done and then for taking the time to share it, the message with us tonight, because it so deserves and needs to be shared. So I thank you for taking the time to join me today.
I thank you so much. It's women helping women. I do not say that because we want to exclude men. My message is, as a givers of life, as mothers, we give birth to sons and daughters who grow up to be men and women. We're part of the family unit. We're part of the society, and we're part of the workplace. So why shouldn't we come together? And that's my main message, even from the book.
And you're so right. I just want to comment. I could talk to you forever, as you know, but when women benefit, if a woman is raising a child and a woman benefits, her children are automatically going to benefit. In society, when women are benefiting, the men automatically benefit from it. It has been for all ages and all stages. That is historically true. And the hunter, the gatherer, the nurturer. So I've always said the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. And the great Dalai Lama said that the world will be saved by women.
It is that we bring that kind of the emotional touch when people are stressed out. As coaches, women are successful because we can understand and bring to the calmness of in the moment of the chaotic moments, bring calmness, because of that's how our DNA is, and that's how we're good at. But just to kind of wrap up, as you had said, an empowered woman can empower the entire family.
Yes.
So it is in our best interest, not from a selfish reason,
No.
but as a mode of to have a healthy families, healthy society, healthy minds, growing minds, empowering workplaces to allow women their place.
Right.
Give them proper credit where it belongs. And so that is the small steps we can take. And I have done my part developing this system and with the book, and I'm sure the message would resonate with a lot of people who are listening out
It certainly will. And we're going to keep shedding the message. So the whole thing, again, what B.E.P Talk says is be in touch with your beliefs, honor your experiences, live with your passions. And when you share all of that, we all will all benefit from it. So that wraps up this episode of B.E.P Talks. Ritu, I thank you again so much. I wish you nothing but continued success in all that you're doing. And thank you for all that you've already done.
Thank you.
So much continued success. And as I say to everybody, may the best always be yet to come. Until we talk again. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.